ಸರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್,
ಈಗ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ.
ಈಗ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಸರ್ ಪ್ಯಾನಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
ಓಕೆ. ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇರ್ ಬಟನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್.
ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ತದೆ, ಅದಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡು ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಸರ್
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, ನಂದೊಂದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಹಾಂ, ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ? ಹಲೋ
ಸರ್.
ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್,
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದಲೇ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
ಇದು ಆಪಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಇದು ಭಾಳ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
117.
ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಬಂದೋಗಿ ಸರ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
ಫೈಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ,
ಅದೊಂದು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ರೆಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಹಲೋ.
ಆಪಲ್ ಐಫೋನ್
ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅದು ಸರಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ಗೂಗಲ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ,
ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ.
ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈಗ. ಸರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವ ಸರ್?
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ಫೈಲ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಮೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಇದು ಬಂತು ನೋಡಿ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್,
ನಿಮ್ದು ಹೆಸರು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ
ಅದಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಬಂತು ನೋಡಿ, ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಬಂತು ನೋಡಿ ಮೈಲ್.
ಸರ್. ಇವಾಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಬಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಆಪಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ
ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ.
ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್, ಅವಾಗ ಪವರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು.
ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ನಮ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಾಗಿತ್ತು
ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಹೇಳಿ.
ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದನೇ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಇದೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ, ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ ಅದು. ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತದು ಕೇಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್.
ಸಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಇನ್ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯನ್ಸ್.
Yes, sir. No problem, sir.
Can you start, Srinivas?
Yes, sir. Yes. 1 minute, sir. I will
I
introduce.
don't see the participants here.
The screen will be there is a
Visible for the participants. Okay.
Attend, sir.
Okay.
ಮಾಡಿ exchange roll. Change ತೆಗೀರಿ.
ಹೌದು.
ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮ್. ಹೌದು. Sir, shall we start, sir?
Yes.
Sir, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Namaskara. So, respected Ayappan sir, respected Ramesh sir, and respected Professor Magadha sir. So, thank you for accepting our invitation to give a talk. So, Professor Shivakumar Magadha sir is a dynamic professor, presently is a Dean Fisheries, College of Fisheries, Bangalore, India. And sir is a mentor and is a teacher and is a good human being. First of all, sir has got more than 26 years of academic experience, and sir also got 2 years in industrial experience as an aquaculture consultant. Sir handled almost 27 projects and published 17 national and international journals of repute, and training program conducted almost 51 training programs sir has conducted so far, and more than 120 plus popular articles in no, popular magazines, newspapers, and books written 18 related to fisheries, aquaculture, and other technologies in culture. And sir also delivered more than 364 plus guest talks from several colleges across Karnataka, and also covering more than 1 lakh plus people. And sir, based on these sir contributions, so several awards and recognitions also sir got. Few of them are National Chanakya Award during 2015, given by Public Relation Council of India, New Delhi, on 2015, for his contribution towards profession, industry, and society. Sir also got Dr. Abdul Kalam Lifetime Achievement Award during 2017, awarded by Christ Foundation, Bengaluru, for the contribution in the field of science, and it was awarded on 5/11/2017. And sir also got Environmentalist of the Year 2017 by International Foundation of Ecology and Environment. Sir also associated with several professional bodies. Few of them are Sir is a Vice Chairman, Asian Fisheries Society Indian Branch, Advisory Committee member, Base Business Incubation Center, and Board of Studies member, Roshni Nilaya School of Social Work, Mangalore, and editor-in-chief, Journal of Aquaculture, Fisheries and Fish Science. Special archive developed a technology package of practice for reclamation of problematic soils. Sir also developed a center for no, problematic soils in the campus of College of Fisheries. Sir having a vision to promote sustainable agriculture and also create more leaders. And sir is himself a leader. He's a great human being, and it is our pleasure. And I am really very happy to introduce our sir to this event. And on behalf of KSTA and my own behalf, so thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation to give a talk on aquaculture and technologies. And a warm welcome to you, sir, for giving this talk, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Srinivas. First and foremost, I salute my pranams to Dr. S. Ayappan, sir, Chairman KSTA, and Dr. E.M. Ramesh, sir, and all the staff of KSTA for inviting me. And next 30 minutes, because of the technical issue, the session started 25 minutes late. So I also condensed my talk by 25 minutes. And today I'm here to talk about Aquaculture 8, advanced aquaculture technologies, advanced technologies in aquaculture, whatever. So now, for the benefit of the young minds, if you want to make change in the field of food, agriculture, fisheries, you must know what's happening in the field of agriculture. In fact,
Sir, please try to change the slide from here, sir. Control has
from
been.
my side, I cannot.
No, sir. Control has been passed to you.
Okay, how? Okay.
Just click on the next arrow mark, sir. Down on.
Oh, just a minute, please hold on. Okay. Take control. Now I have taken.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. Take control.
So I'm not seeing the arrow mark here.
Just enter, sir.
Arrow mark in the keyboard, sir. Next
I
arrow mark.
know.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now
Thank
I
you,
got
sir.
it. Okay.
Wonderful, sir.
So friends, there is expiry date for all profession
Here you go.
and no expiry date for agriculture. People say there was a boom for civil engineering, mechanical engineering, the software engineering. all of them have expiry date, except agriculture, because the basic purpose of life is to live and to reproduce. You do whatever the profession, ultimate objective of life is to live. So we need food. So now, very recently, the world has crossed 8 billion people on the earth. And India, we have 1.4 billion, though on the records we see the 2011 census, again 21 census to be completed. We have 1.4 billion people. So we need more food. Growing population, shrinking agricultural land, pollution, global warming, all those issues have complicated the issue. More complicated issues are there in agriculture. So in last 65 years, we know we have a biggest agriculture research network in the country. It's biggest compared to many developed countries. We have 18,000 plus agriculture scientists working in the country. We have 101 different research stations working under the umbrella of ICR. And in last 65 years, due to the concerted efforts of agriculture scientists in the country, we have increased food production by 5 times. That is, we are producing 308 million tons of food. And 15 times we have increased the fish production, meat production by 10 times, horticulture crop production by 9.6 times, egg production by 48 times. In spite of increasing all those productions and productivity, 20 crores of people are suffering from hidden hunger. And another 30 to 40 crores, I'm talking about 140 crores. Another 30 to 40 crores of people are suffering from hidden hunger. Maybe they're deficient with the other nutrients. So now our challenge is to produce more quality food. And look at this, the benefit of eating fish. This is not the slide I'm trying to show. Okay. So this is the slogan given by ICR, more so, particularly it was given by Dr. Ayappan sir, fish for all forever. Definitely, we have 70% of water resources. Even our country is blessed with lot of aquatic resources. If you look at the aquatic resources of the country, we have 2.02 million square kilometers of exclusive economic zone, 0.52 million hectares of continental shelf that belongs to the nation, up to 20 nautical miles from the shore, 8,200 kilometers of coastline, 1.97 lakh kilometers of rivers, 3.15 million hectares of reservoirs, 2.35 million hectares of ponds and lakes, 0.2 million hectares of brackish water. Likewise, we have plenty of resources, but unfortunately, whatever the country is producing now, 15 million tons of fish, that's not enough. But whereas China is producing 70 million tons of fish per annum, just because nobody is there in between, we are in second position in aquaculture and fourth position in marine fish production. But if you look at the productivity, it is still less. So fish for all forever, this slogan, I like it because definitely our aquatic resources can offer food for poorest of the poor and richest of the rich. Look at the rich food. With just 10 rupees, you can go and buy dry fish on the road. But whereas with 10 rupees, you cannot buy the meat. You cannot buy chicken, but you can buy fish. Look at the right side, the caviar, the most expensive food in the world. So that's what, from rag to rich, fish can offer solution for food. And I thank all these personalities. So now, today, I'm here to talk about the advanced aquaculture technologies. So whatever we are seeing now, it is aquaculture 8. In computer field, we say different versions. In Android phone, we say the upgraded versions. Even in aquaculture, earlier, 60, 70 years ago, people started getting the wild seed from the Ganga, Brahmaputra, wherever the breeding zones are there. That is version 1. Later, in 1957, using hormones. Scientists bred the carbs. So after that, people started using the hatchery bred seed. Later, people started manuring the ponds. Earlier, it was only extensive. They used to stock the ponds, natural water bodies, and harvest. And later, in order to enhance the primary productivity, people started putting menus like cow dung, poultry manure, duck manure, pig manure, and they started feeding. That is version 4. Feeding with rice bran and groundnut oil cake. But they are not the preferential feed. But this rice bran and oil cake, they were available in plenty and that they started feeding it. And later, in order to increase the, kindly mute, someone kindly mute. They started using aerators. That is version 5. Because when you start stocking more, when you stock the ponds with more number of seeds, definitely there will be deficit in oxygen. They started using pedal ventilators, and then comes the sinking feed. That is version 6. And now we are getting floating feeds so that 98% of the feed will be utilized. When you use the sinking feed, 30 to 35% will go as manure. When you use rice bran and oil cake, more than 50% of the feed is to go as manure. So now we have the technologies like biofloc technology, recirculatory aquaculture system, or RAS technology, and Internet of Things. They're all version 8. So today, by taking cue and knowledge base from the conventional technology, let us learn about the advanced technologies. So now, presently, the world fish production is about 178.8 million tons. Look at the blue, where the wild catch, we have 34,500 fish species in the world. 85% of the fishes are overexploited. So we can only increase fish production through aquaculture. That's all I wanted to say with this slide. And look at this. More than 800 million people depend on fisheries and aquaculture for their livelihood. And more than 1 billion, it is 1.2 billion now, people obtain most of their protein from the fish, most of their animal protein from the fish. So now, look at the per capita availability. It's not per capita consumption. World Health Organization recommends the consumption of 20.3 kgs of fish per year. Whereas in India, the availability is only 12.8 kg, and in Karnataka, it is only 8 kg. So now, to reach the world standard, we have to travel from 8 to 20, or from in India, we need to travel from 12.8 to 20.3. Definitely, looking at the vast resources I explained earlier, it is possible. That's why, though in fact, we are producing about 15.1 million tons of fish and exporting 12 lakh tons of fish and earning 48,000 crores of rupees through foreign exchange. India has set a target of achieving 22 million tons by 2025. To augment fish production, 2 years ago, Government of India has introduced Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana with a budget of 20,050 crores for 5 years. Now we are halfway through, and there are 50 to 60 different schemes. So, people, unemployed youth, entrepreneurs, farmers must take advantage of these schemes depending on your resource type, depending on your investment capacity, knowledge base, marketing ability. You can choose the scheme and take the best advantage of it, because you get 40 to 60% of subsidy for women and reservation. The candidates, they get 60% for women, any community. For all others, 40%. And I told you there are about 50 to 60 different schemes. So it's running now. So now look at this, India's requirement by 2025. We need 350 million tons of food grain. We are producing 308, not 306. And 22 million tons of fish, not 20 million tons. And 110 billion eggs. Though we have increased egg production by 48 times, it is not sufficient. We need still more. And we need 5 to 6 million tons of chicken meat. As of now, in parenthesis, in the bracket, I've given the present production. And fruits and vegetables, we need 350 million tons and 6.3 million tons of meat and 350 million tons of food grains. That is our target. And that's why India has come out with beautiful schemes, incentives in all other sector, agriculture, horticulture, micro irrigation, micronutrient supply, marketing network. There are so many schemes. So if you're ready for change, I will talk another 20 minutes about advanced aquaculture technologies. So now, what do you want to change? During my talk, I want you to change your thinking, whether it's aquaculture or agriculture or any profession. If you want to make a change in the society, I want you to change your thinking. We need to change the production systems. The same old concept, same old technology cannot increase the production. Scale, you have to change the scale. We have to change the technology. If China can produce 30 tons of fish per hectare, why we are stuck at 4 to 6 tons? Because the science and principles are same for the entire world, entire universe. By following the same procedures, methodologies, we also should be able to produce more. And we have to understand the economics before the biology. And we need to understand processing, branding and marketing, and hard work to smart work and data management. Entire country is dealing with wrong data. We cannot come out with right strategy with wrong data. So we need to understand what is not said. So even in aquaculture, there are so many issues. By using your analytical skills, logical thinking, we have to connect the dot and make best profit out of any given system. See, this is the flat angelfish laterally compressed with dark and white bands on its body. And look at this fish. By looking at the dark and white patches on its body, we can say it lives in the vegetative area. And if you don't provide the vegetation, it doesn't breed. Mouth is superior. It means it lives in the upper part of the water column. And laterally compressed means it lives in the flowing water so that it can slip through. Small stomach, it means it is carnivorous. Normally, all the ornamental fishes are from the upstream. Upstream means more oxygen. Upstream means acidic. So they live anywhere, everywhere. For breeding, they need acidic water. And they see and eat because they live in the upstreams. No, it is so transparent. So that's why we use the colored feed particles for ornamental fish. Likewise, without doing research, you should be able to understand so many things. In the similar way, we have to extend our analogy even for agriculture and aquaculture. So look at this. Economics can be easily understood than the biology. We are busy in promoting biology. Science is not changing every day. Only our understanding is changing. You must understand economics. If you don't do it in a systematic way, if you don't understand the minimum scale of economy, if you don't know the benefit cost ratio, cost benefit ratio, or if you don't know return on investment, if you don't know ROI, because the compounding effect after 10 years you'll be under loss, huge loss. In many instances, not doing agriculture is profitable. So that's why look at the benefit cost ratio in paddy. If you get
What is it?
25,
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Sir,
yeah,
can you please make it full screen, sir? Slideshow.
okay.
Yes, sir.
What I do here?
Also, please mute our KST effect.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So look at this paddy. If you get 25 quintals per acre, that is the state's average. In 2 crops, you get only net profit of 60,000 rupees by excluding manager cost. You get the benefit cost is 1 rupee 33 paisa. If you invest 1 rupee, you get 1 rupee 33 paisa. by excluding managerial cost. If you add that, it is a loss. In sugarcane, after 14 months, you get 1 rupee 40 paisa. In fish culture, 1 rupee 80 paisa. I've taken the lower limit. It is 2 rupee 40 paisa actually. And fish seed, it's 2.25. It goes up to 4. So if you don't know this, you'll be under very, that's what you must know what should be the minimum scale, minimum viable project size. So estimated loss by crop. In fact, critically, if you evaluate, by growing black gram, you lose 3,000 to 4,000 per acre. Ragi, if there is no minimum support price, people will lose so much. So that's why you must understand economics than the biology. Look at this farm pond developed by ICRISAT. This is at Tumkur. This farmer has 6.5 to 7 acres of land. I'll start with the small pond, then I'll go to the advanced ones. And the water was not holding because water table was too low. And this farmer using the gunny bags, he used the cement slurry, and the bunds were strengthened using the cement bags and slurry, and avoided the seepage. And in that 100 square meter of area, within about 3 months, he gets about 9,600 rupees. To get the same amount, net profit, he has to grow paddy in 1 acre and coconut in 4.5 acres. So that is the beauty of economics of fisheries. First 3 months to 4 months, you grow seed, then you grow table size fish in the same pond. So now, coming to the aquaculture, we are exporting 12 lakh tons of fish and fisheries product, out of which 7 lakh ton is shrimp. And now, all through the coastal regions, people are doing advanced shrimp farming in earthen ponds, plastic lined ponds, biofloc systems, arrays, and it's only 4 months crop, 100 to 120 days crop, and profit margin is 300%, risk is 95%. But still, people are stocking up to 500 post larvae per square meter and harvesting 8 to 12 tons per acre. And because of the high stocking density, the incidence of disease is more. Among all farming systems, shrimp farming is very capital intensive, highly productive, highly risky. So, with better management practices, stocking low, the recommended stocking density is only 60 PL post larvae per square meter. If you can manage the better management practices, definitely you can get very good crop. Look at this two-tier system. Here, one of the farmers in Ratnagiri is doing sea bass farming in the earthen pond. Sea bass, it fetches 400 to 500 rupees per kilo. In the pond, he's doing sea bass farming, and he has floating cages, floating boxes. In each cage, he has crablets, and he grows for 8 to 10 months, and he sells it for 800 to 1,200 rupees per kilo. Whereas sea bass goes for 400 to 450 rupees, and cost of production of sea bass is about 250 rupees. So this is the beauty, two-tier system, and he is making very good profit. And in the same Ratnagiri, one of the farmers brought the seawater to his car shed, and he has aligned the crab cages vertically and through RAs by recirculating the seawater and treating the same water and using the same water. He is doing crab farming in the remotest area. This cage culture 10 years ago in Krishnaraja Reservoir, KRS, Mysore, Mandya district, their government of Karnataka started promoting cage farming. These are all 96 meter cube cages. They cultured Pangases. And it was very fantastic. Because of the marketing issue, they failed. But they showed the technical process that it is possible. Now, throughout the country, many farmers, many Department of Fisheries, particularly in Jharkhand and Odisha, Many of the reservoirs are used for cage farming. And normally, 1% of effective water spread area of reservoir can be cage area. But in Hirakud Reservoir, hundreds of circular cages are deployed through PPP mode and getting very good results. Even in Jharkhand, they are doing tilapia, pangases, common carp, amur carp in cages and getting very good results. So this is in Maharashtra, where in the reservoirs, a kind of cove, a kind of we can say backwater within the reservoirs, which are very deeper, and they are doing tilapia, red tilapia farming. You see only fish, and this is the high density intensive farming of cage. So each cage production, to get the same production of each cage of 96 meter cube, you need 2000 square meter. 95 by 4 by 5, 6, 4, 5. 6 feet width, 4 feet width, 6 feet length, or 5 feet deep. So about 96 meter cube. Whereas to get the same productivity, you need 2000 meter square. So this is the cage farming in Vietnam. Recently, in 2018, I visited Vietnam in Mekong River. All along the river, all small low cost cages are there. They are mostly, they're doing tilapia, pangases, and common carp. Most 99% it is pangases and tilapia. And the same in Vietnam only, in the Nha Trang city, they are doing open sea cage farming where they are growing pampano, lobster, and sea bass. And in each 25-meter dia and 20 to 25-meter deep cages, they get 17.5 lakh net profit. So the right side one is open sea cages, and the brown tea color water, it is Mekong River, because I visited Vietnam immediately after the monsoon. And this is the new technology, integrated pond raceway system, IPR system developed by Auburn University. And this is the one of the demonstrations at Shanghai. There are 52 cells, each about 100 square meter area. And in each meter cube, they produce 150 kgs of grass carp. They use different fish species. When I visited, it was just grass carp. They stock 18 to 20 kilos per meter cube and harvest 140 to 150 kilo. That is the beauty. See, the entire 1 hectare area, they use only zero point 0.1 hectare. 1% of area as pond and rest 99% as service area. There also they grow fish. But this intensive raceway system they create and they grow fish. But because of the purchasing power, because of the consumer preference, because of the possibility of selling live fish, because of the increased consumption, all such new technologies are economically viable in many countries. We need to tailor-made these technologies to our country. So this is RAS. RAS system means you don't have to create everywhere and anywhere. If you have a land resources, water is plenty, you can go for land-based system. Wherever the water doesn't retain, you can go for plastic lining. Wherever you do not have a large area, scarcity for land resources, in a small area you can go for RAS system. Wherever you have the scarcity for space, you can go for RA system. Here we can use modular tanks, go for high stocking density, and you need to maintain oxygen, you need to maintain temperature, ammonia. So continuously water is taken out, passed through mechanical filters, passed through biological filters, remove all possible ammonia mechanically, chemically, then take out the same water. So cost of production increases by many folds. At the same time, in the name of quality fish, live fish, you should be able to sell the produce for a better price. This is biofloc technology developed by Israel 40 years ago. There they have scarcity for water. That's why, in fact, animals, they exclude 75% of the nitrogen intake. Whereas higher order animals, we exclude 25%. Whereas the fishes send out 75% of the ammonia, nitrogen. So by maintaining good carbon nitrogen ratio, N is plenty in the pond system, but if you can maintain carbon nitrogen ratio of 14 and above, all the waste material becomes the food. So that's how we can cut down the cost on feed, cut down the cost on treatment. So it is a kind of in situ treatment. RAS, ex situ water treatment, biofloc in situ treatment. Here also we can produce 15 to 20 kilos of fish per meter cube. Whereas in the conventional system, we hardly produce 4 to 5 kilo. So that's what we can have 4 to 6 or 8 meter diet tanks. 8 minimum viable means you need to have at least 10 numbers and produce fish by stagger stocking. Periodically, you can produce the fish. And modular tanks comes in different shapes, different materials. We have to hold water by any means and do culture. Biofloc means not necessarily the modular tanks. Even in the plastic clean tank, by maintaining CN ratio, you can do biofloc farming. One of the farmers in Alayangdi is having biofloc shrimp farming in 1 hectare plastic clean pond. So MEP, that's what the effort remains the same. If you reduce the size of the farm, number of tanks, the effort will not reduce significantly, accordingly, linearly. So that's why we need to know the minimum viable project. Otherwise, you will go under loss. See the biofloc tanks. The economic trade-off. See, normally we go for polyhouses or iron metal sheet sheds. Look at one of the farmers. He has covered using the small local, high-tech indigenous technical knowledge. He has just to cut off the excess light. He has just put the shade net just over the tank. And here, the beauty, the biofloc tank is being constructed over the house in the first floor. And in Kolkata, by now it must have been completed. They eat any size of any sized fish. So at least for household consumption, is one of the farmer is growing fish over his house. And the material for biofloc system or tank can be anything. It is only just a financial trade-off. Now we get plastic lining, cement tanks, concrete tanks, brick wall, ferro cement. So I only suggest earthen ponds are better if they are larger. If they are not holding water, you can use 500 GSM UV treated the plastic linings so that it works out cheaper. In all other systems are quite costly. So now, instead of going every day, because fishes are continuous feeders, you need to feed them 4 to 5 times a day. You can use demand feeders and set a time, and set time interval, the set quantity of feed is dispensed automatically. So that's what I'll come to the IoT later. So now IT-based farm management system. Now the plenty of knowledge base is available. So that's what, if you have a 50,000 worth of fish, you can invest 5,000 worth for CCTV. Or if you have 5 lakh worth of fish, you can have a CCTV. So that's what, depending on the management, intensification, profit, economics, you can decide whether to go for IoT or not. These are all only for the commercial bigger farms where we can reduce the manpower, the man days significantly by using IoT. Sitting at your office, you can put on the aerator, or whenever the oxygen level comes down below 3 mg per liter, you can set the sensors to sense the DO level and automatically the diffusers will put on. Similarly, feed can be dispensed. All water, physical water quality parameters can be measured by putting the in situ gadgets and take the information to your computer and operate it. So these are all advanced ones which will improve the efficiency management of farms. So IoT-based aquaculture, you can predict the harvest, feeding optimization, feed waste can be minimized, water quality can be managed, remote monitoring is possible, and you can produce quality fish. See, look at this. See, normally we carry the seeds in plastic covers or open tanks. Like the milk, temperature and oxygen can be maintained, and using container, we can transport the brood fish and seeds. And look at the counting bucket. We used to use the coffee filter and count the seeds. This is the 30-liter capacity counting bucket. By changing software, you can count precisely anything you can count. You can count the 60 micron to 100 micron plankton, shrimp seed, as well as fish seed. Only disadvantage is these sensors, which works on photo light. They count even the dead ones. That is all the disadvantage, but they give the accurate numbers. And the marketing system, till date, the fish market, fishermen and the sellers used to sell the fish on the roads very shabbily. So now things are improving in supermarkets. The department KFDC markets are coming where they're selling the fish hygienically. This is how the fish is handled, cuttlefish is handled in the jetty. So we are trying to train the people to handle the fish on board, hygienically, on board, and see finally we get the final product like this. So we need to educate on quality handling of fish. We handle the chappals very well, books very well, clothes very well. But whereas the foods are very handled very pathetically in a very bad manner. Look at this. Both pictures are from Mangalore. We are selling the books on roads, chappals in the AC rooms, whereas food next to the drainage. So here, this is the opportunity for youngsters. You can come out with branded outlets, sell the fish for premium price in a very hygienic facilities. See, we are selling the dog food in a MAP pack pouches, whereas we are selling these dry fishes openly in the bamboo baskets where salmonella, E. coli, fungus, all such things are free. And in fact, people dry the puppets on the Cora cloth, on beautiful cotton cloths, or on clean surfaces, whereas they sell dry the fish on sand. So this is the message for the development department, information for the development department there. People, I mean, the government must invest on these solar dryers. When we can use them for drying chili and grapes, why not for fishes? We must invest for these solar dryers and rent them out for selling dry fish, drying shellfish. I mean, uh, the small fishes. So here, our customers want the branded, neatly packed foods. Our competitors are McDonald's, KFC, and certain things. So we're still unable to brand our fish. If we can brand our fish like NECC, we're talking about National Egg Coordination Committee for many years. We need to brand our fish. Very soon, College of Fisheries is trying to brand the goodness of eating fish. And this is my proposition for selling fish, the container model for selling fish, blue shop. Wherever people see blue shop, they should come and stop and take the fresh fish, live fish, or ready to eat, or ready to cook products. If the business doesn't happen, the entire container can be shifted to another place. So anyway, this I'm not. See about this pedicure, manicure. There are many varieties of fishes in the foothills of Western Ghats or in the Western Ghats. They die even if you don't catch them. So we must train the people to catch them live and sell them for pedicure and manicure. And these are the new candidate species. We have to come out from the Katla Rohum Regal and start culturing the local varieties, hybrid varieties, Notapteris, Wampak bimaculatus, Fungaceae, Anabas, Marl. It is happening, but it has to happen in a big scale. And in brackish water, okay, now advanced culture technologies are bioflux technology, RAs, IPRS, intensive shrimp farming, cage culture, and aquaponic and IoT. Whoever wants to do this farming, the College of Fisheries will give you free of cost DPRs, and there are schemes in the department. Whoever is interested, depending on their your research type and interest, you can contact us. We will assist you take up scientific farming. And so these are all the cultivable brackish water fishes like Chanastanas, Etroplus, Lujanus, Pampino, Lettuce carifil, and the cobia. And all of these seeds are available in SEBA and some of the private farmers. Aquaponics, yes. Mm, for now, it is not economically viable, and the price of produce is very costly. But at least for your home consumption, or if you have the distinct market where you can sell your produce for premium price, people can go for it. But definitely, the economics are not promising as of now, unless you do it at scale. Unless you sell it your produce for premium price, it is not economically viable. It is just aquaponics means doing agriculture and aquaculture together, take out all the wastewater from the agriculture system, pass it through uh, greens, agriculture, horticulture crop system, and remove ammonia biologically and use this NPK and just supplement whatever that is required for plants and do it together so that you can grow quality, healthy, disease-free fish and disease-free greens. So finally, you must understand the right species, right size, right combination, right feed, right ration, water quality and disease management, branding and marketing, hard work to spot work like live fish sales, use of counting buckets, pre-booking, value addition, and data management. So definitely, whatever the farming system you choose, if you can integrate right combination of science, right scale, right economics, you can make better profit. So that is what the people who are watching, participating in this session must understand, must be able to understand the gaps in the existing system. It's 17 hours. Scientifically, and we have all the solutions for all the problems that are existed, but you must do it systematically and take the best advantage of the science and make your livelihood. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. I'll stop at this and I need another 30 seconds. Now I'll take the questions. Srinivas,
Sir, please control to our KST, sir, towards KST.
what is that?
Control KST ಕಡೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ correct ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು.
How do I do that? Okay.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Just a minute. ಇಲ್ಲಿದ. Now, just change
sir.
change the control, give the control to the KST.
KST.
Give a right click on the KST and pass control.
I know. It's not happening. Yeah. It change ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Hello, sir.
Now?
Sir,
Hello? Yeah.
sir, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ರೈಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
That they have tried this. They have done already. Please check logo.
Okay.
ಬಂತಾ? ಏನಮ್ಮ?
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಸರ್. Yeah. Got it, sir.
Any questions from the participants?
Thank you very much, sir. First of all, on behalf of KST and on behalf of all the teachers and students fraternity, I would like to thank you very much for immensely explaining on this presentation and delivering this technical session, sir. If there are any questions, I request participants to mention in the chat box or they can raise their virtual hand so that we can unmute and they can ask the question. Thank you very much, sir. Such a wonderful presentation. I would like to thank all the YouTube viewers also. There are many YouTube viewers also for this presentation. And meanwhile, there are no questions from the participants, sir. Even in the YouTube and students as of now. If they ask any questions in future, we'll get back to you, sir.
Go to the last slide of mine.
Last slide, sir. Logo, please share the last slide of the presentation, sir.
1 minute or a minute.
Got him, sir?
No.
Sir,
There is one question. Please explain the viability of RAS. ORAS.
See, they're all advanced technologies. They must be taken up only when you have scarcity for space and when you have good capital and when you're able to sell your produce for the premium market, because the cost of production is very high and you have to compete with the open market, and definitely 30 to 40% of cost will be increased because of the continuous usage of power and usage of commercial diet and management. The cost will be more. Only thing is, whenever you want, you can sell harvest, you can manage the disease, you can manage the control stock, water quality, So if you can sell it for a premium price, you can sell it. It is just simple. We take out the water on a continual basis. And what are the issues in the area? I mean, pond oxygen will be less. Fecal matter. Fecal matter means ammonia and physical matter. We take out, pass it through sand filter, mechanical filters or drum filters, and biological filters, disinfect it using some chemicals, chlorination, dechlorination, or pass through UV and pass through series of cartridges and take the best of the best water, so that when you clean the water like this, we can stock more fishes. Instead of one, we can go up to 10, 20. So that's why it is very costly, management intensive, capital intensive. The advantage, sir, you can harvest live, manage diseases, manage water quality. You can sell live. That's all. Yeah, go to the last slide. Not that, before. Last but one. So now go to the slide mode. So if you want to change, irrespective of the field, or even in your own profession, if you want to change anything with your family, with the society, with anything, we should have the 7 ingredients: vision, values, strategy, resources, capability, motivation, and feedback. If you don't have vision, press, please go to the, please press it. Continuously press, go on pressing, no problem. If you don't have vision, you'll be confused. If you don't have values, press it. Go on pressing, please. Yeah, you'll be corrupt. If you don't have strategy, you'll be diffused. If you don't have resources not necessarily the money, the knowledge also resources. Click it. Go to the next. Yes. Keep on clicking. Keep on clicking. If you don't have resources, you'll be frustrated. If you don't have capability, next, you'll be fatigued. If you don't have motivation, that's what we are trying to do now. If you don't have motivation, you will crawl. If you don't take feedback from the participants, from the officers, from the other stakeholders, you will doubt. So please have these 7 ingredients and try to change from the present position. That is all the final message to the youngsters. There are so many issues in agriculture, fisheries, horticulture, society, government. There are so many issues. So definitely, if you can change your micro society, if you can bring changes in your micro society, if you can bring changes in your own profession, in your own form, definitely things will be better. And definitely we have all the solutions for the issues that we are facing, and we can change it. Thank you. Go to the next slide. And that's my email, personal mail ID. And the last line is, if you know me, you can't be a pessimist. If you know Shivakumar, you can't be a pessimist. So let us be optimistic. We are blessed to live in this country. The country is spending a lot of money on each graduate, and we need to pay back. We need to give back to the country, and it is possible for each one of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. As there are no questions as of now from the audience, we would like to conclude today's session, sir. On behalf of KSTA and on behalf of all the teachers and students, I would like to thank you once again, sir, for delivering this session. Also, I would like to thank our chairman, Professor S. Ayappan, sir, and CEO Dr. A. Mohammed, sir, and all other KSTA and KSF fraternity and staff for their support. And last but not least, I would like to thank all the teachers once again who have joined with us in this WebEx platform as well as YouTube platform. I request.
Sorry for the delay, technical delay from my
It
side.
happens. It happens, sir. It happens, sir. Nothing to worry, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
I request all the audience to join tomorrow also. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.